Hi everyone, and welcome to week 3 in small business management. So let's take a recap of what we did in week 2. So last week we looked at ethical issues facing businesses in today's competitive world. The examples that was shared on the discussion board were amazing and really hit the target regarding ethics and corporate social responsibility. Great job, everyone. You also completed the environmental and industrial analysis that influence your specific small business. It's vitally important that you know what is going on within your business as well as outside of it, and be aware of the effects, both positive and negative, that these environmental factors will have on your business. I'm anxious to grade everyone's assignments and really look forward to your intelligent insight. Okay, so we took a look at that. Let's see what we're going to be doing this week in the course. Our learning objectives will be, to begin with, is you're going to explain what a franchise is, how it operates, and its advantages and disadvantages. You'll also explain how to evaluate potential franchise and how franchising works in the international marketplace. It's always good to think global, even though you may be a small business. And then you're going to compare advantages and disadvantages of buying an existing business and describe how family businesses may be different from other types of businesses, and propose ways of locating a suitable business for sale, and discuss how to measure the condition of that business and how to evaluate the fairness of its price. And then finally, you'll compare advantages and disadvantages of starting a business from scratch. We have examples of all 3 of these throughout all the students in the course, so this should be a lot of fun. Do read Appendix A and B and Chapter 3 in the Harvard Business Review Entrepreneur's Handbook to help you gain a better understanding about what you need to launch and grow a new business. All right, so also in Module 3, as I've just mentioned, we're going to look at those 3 primary options that you have available to starting a business. And again, those advantages and disadvantages to franchising, buying an existing business or taking over a family business, and then being a small business owner where you start from scratch. I really do encourage you to read everything about all 3 of these options because, ultimately you might start a business from scratch and it may lead to being a franchise or just whatever. So be fully aware and knowledgeable of all these different options, not just the option that you've picked out for your specific business plan. And you're also going to be looking at advantages and disadvantages from the financial aspect, the level of risk involved in these different options, and your freedom to make your own decisions. So, in addition to some other things. So in order to share your knowledge on these things, first of all, we have our discussion board where you're going to be tasked with analyzing financial records of a business that you've been thinking about buying. This is hypothetical, but you'll discover that although the company has excellent current and quick access ratios by industry standards, its cash flow, or it hasn't paid its bills on time. Some of these things you may have to consider. In consideration of these factors, how would these things influence your decision on whether or not to buy that business? And you're going to list 5 steps that you would take, including 3 questions that you would need to ask the owner to really find out the truth in regards to how that business is doing. As we continue to work on your business plan, you'll be doing milestone 3. And in this milestone, first of all, you're going to outline the geographic location for your business. So if you're in Texas or New Hampshire or California or wherever you're going to put your business, you want to look at that geographic location and outline what's going on, and and how that your business will best fit in that location. You'll describe the types of facilities that your business is going to need. So if you're a manufacturing company, will you need a building where you manufacture the product? Will you need a warehouse? These are some things you have to take into consideration in regards to facilities. If you are going to provide a service like a coffee cafe or a pet grooming shop or something like that, what will you need in regards to that type of a business? Then you're going to take a good look at your management team. These folks are your right arm in developing what you need for your company. So you need to include a brief job description for each key member of your management team. You can use an organizational chart and resumes of these key managers. How will they be compensated? How will you pay them? And what training do they have? But then what other type of training will they need to really do their job well? You want them to be successful, because the more successful your managers are, the more successful you will be. And as a reminder, please be sure to use the guidelines and rubrics for the final project. You have access to that document through the assignment. And get to being creative and very thoughtful and insightful. I do encourage you to be very descriptive in what you're explaining. Remember that you might provide this business plan to an investor or to a bank or to the SBA for funding or something like that. And although they might understand the details, if you put it limited in a small amount, if you give a more thorough description, they will see that you truly understand what you are doing, and they will be more confident in you as a potential new business owner. So be very thorough. So to finish up, when you get all this done, remember, discussion posts, initial post is due Thursday night. Get your replies in to your classmates by Sunday night. And I encourage you to not just do 2 classmates this week. Let's do 3. Respond to 3 classmates. I know 2 is a requirement, and I'll understand if you stick to that. But the more interactive you are on the discussion board, the more we can learn, and the more exciting it can be. So I challenge you this week to respond to 3 classmates, maybe even more. Then next week, we're going to jump into laws and regulations, as well as the subsequent paperwork that you have to do to be compliant. That's always fun to do. And then we'll also work on your financial plan next week. But for this week, focus on developing your management team, describing where you're going to locate, and the facilities that you will need, and those kind of things. And have a good week. Do let me know if you have any questions. And again, I look forward to reading all of your great insights. Until later, have a good one. Bye.